Hello everyone, I am Kaviyasu. I am presenting this project Air Purifier Development using AQA Analytics as part of Code Basics Assume Project Challenge. We will start with the business statement followed by primary analysis, then secondary analysis. In primary analysis, it will be based on the insights obtained from the public data sets from government sources provided by Dataful. In secondary analysis, it will be based on research and analysis of other data sets available in internet. Then we will see the deliverables where an interactive dashboard will be presented along with product requirements document. This will be followed by recommendations on air purifier, how to improve the air purifier marketing. So the final will be the question and answer session where you can post your questions on comments. So we will start with the business statement, which is to conduct a market fit research for air purifier development using AQA analytics. So the main objective is to identify cities experiencing persistent AQI levels and also quantify the health burden due to pollution, as well as examine the relationship between pollution spikes and shifts in consumer behavior with respect to air purifier demand. The stakeholder here is AirPure Innovations, which is a startup in the early stages of product development. These are some of the key insights to find and also some of the critical questions that has to be answered. So these are the project deliverables, which is a dashboard and a product requirements document. So these are the various tools used in this project for analysis and visualization. Now let's move on towards the primary analysis. So these are the top 5 areas having the poorest air quality in the last 6 months. 4 out of these 5 areas are in North India. But if we see the bottom 5 areas, all of them are located in South India. The main reason is that South India is surrounded by the sea, which helps in reducing pollution and also has a small population. But North India is surrounded by land on all sides and has a large population. One exception in this list is Bernihat, which is located in Assam, and it is a northeastern state. So Bernihat is home to a large number of industries and also has a heavy vehicle traffic, both of which contribute to heavy air pollution. If we see the top 2 pollutants in South India, PM10 is the most prominent pollutant in all of the South Indian states. So the next is PM2.5, except in Karnataka where it is carbon monoxide. So heavy traffic congestion in cities like Bengaluru might be the main cause behind this difference because carbon monoxide is mainly emitted from vehicle exhaust. So it is clear that we must focus on designing PM10 and PM2.5 pollutant filters in our air purifiers. We can also focus on CO specific filters where traffic congestion is a huge problem. So these are the bottom 2 most prominent pollutants in South India. If we compare average AQA on weekends over weekdays in metro cities, there is no significant difference in the AQA levels. But when we see specifically, Delhi has a noticeable improvement in the weekends over weekdays. This can be due to reduced traffic on holidays and also industries not operating on weekends. So if we see the months consistently showing the worst air quality across Indian states, we can see that the month of November, December and January are the months having the worst air quality index. So this can be due to the winter season that contributes to high air pollution. The reason is that pollutants get trapped due to the dense cold air. So in Bangalore, if we take the last 2 months, 47 days fall under the satisfactory category and 13 days fall under the moderate category. There were 0 days under good category as well as poor, very poor and severe categories. So the most reported disease in almost all states is diarrhea. If we see the second most reported disease in almost half of the states, it is food poisoning and also some other diseases in a specific states. So these are common diseases and not directly related to air pollution. So if we see the top 5 states with high EV adoption, these are the top 5 states by total number of EV vehicles. So if we compare these states with the bottom 10 states with low EV count, we can see a significant 15% reduction in average AQI levels. Also, if we take the top 5 states by EV adoption percentage, which is the total number of EV vehicles with respect to the total number of vehicles. So here we can see a 20% reduction in average AQI when we compare these states with states less than 5% EV adoption. Now we will move on to the scientific analysis. So if we see which age group is most affected by air pollution related health outcomes, we can clearly see that children, babies are the most affected by air pollution related deaths, specifically due to the increase in PM 2.5 levels. If we see how it varies by cities, we can see that the PM 2.5 levels are concentrated on northern and northeastern and eastern part of India. Since PM 2.5 levels play a role in this deaths, we can assume that these areas will have more air pollution related health outcomes. So Philips, Dyson, Eureka, Forbes, these are some of the major competitors in the Indian air purifier market, followed by Xiaomi, Kent, Honeywell, Daikin, and also many other smaller companies. So if we look at the key differentiators, with respect to price, the price varies from 5,000 to 50,000 rupees. Companies like Dyson and Philips provide premium models, whereas Xiaomi and Kent provide less cost models. So we can see that most of the companies are of global nature, whereas only few companies are of Indian origin. So the relationship between a city's population size and its average AQI. If we take metro cities, we can see almost a linear relationship between increase in population and the average AQI. But if we take non-metro cities, there seems to be no significant relation between population and average AQI. So to understand how aware are Indian citizens of what AQI means, I have considered the perception study on air quality in 17 cities conducted by CMSR consultants. So this was conducted in 2018, covering 5,000 respondents in the following cities. So from this survey, it is found that 99% know what air pollution is in general, but only 54% have heard about air quality index. In that 54%, only 35% understood the significance of air quality index. So when it comes to the specific pollutants, only 30% knew about PM 2.5 and just 18% knew about the pollutant PM 10. There was high awareness in metro cities but low awareness in tier 2 cities. When it comes to health impacts, 92% opined that air pollution has a negative impact on human health, and 73% believed that lungs are the most affected by pollution. But just 17% knew that air pollution also affects the heart. So when it comes to awareness and protection, just 43% told that they wore mask while going out. And most importantly, only 18% reported that they are using air purifiers at home. This shows that there is very less awareness about air purifiers, and by spreading awareness, the marketing of air purifiers can be improved. So when it comes to pollution control policies, policies like National Clean Air Program, emission fuel standards, and also regulatory actions have played a significant role in reducing air pollution across various cities. We can see the difference in cities. Southern cities show less pollution, less reduction primarily because they are comparatively less polluted. So this shows that government policies are working, but still there are many challenges remain that in order to meet their targets. So the next we'll move on to the deliverables. So first let's see the market prioritization dashboard. So this is the market prioritization dashboard. Here we can see the air quality index levels of the selected cities. Here we can choose by location, tier and the city, as well as the period during which we want the air quality levels. So we can see the number of monitoring stations in each city, the population of the city, the prominent pollutants present in each of these cities, as well as the number of days falling within each air quality category. We can also visualize the change in air quality over different time durations. So these are the AQI of metro cities on different days of the week. Here we can see the top reported disease in each of the state, as well as the EV adoption percentage in each of the state. Here we can see things related to analytics, various trends, Google trends that show how air pollution such as differ across different time zones, and also difference in air purifiers such as and air pollution such as. We can also see the top markets by pollution levels, population, and air purifier demand. Here we can see air quality index analytics in detail, where we can select multiple regions and also see the relationship between air quality and EV adoption as well as the diseases. So this is the product requirements document. So here the must-have features are specified along with the pricing and tiered models. So these are some of the recommendations based on analysis done. So we have to focus on cities and high air quality index, population and also income. We can also focus on markets by air purifier demand, which is obtained using Google Trends data. So apart from this, we can run digital marketing and social media campaigns that focus on raising awareness about air pollution and its harmful effects. If awareness increases on air pollution, automatically the sales associated with the products related to air pollution also increases. Also, it helps to create a positive impact as well as show that the company cares for its customers. We can also market it as a Indian product because very few companies manufacture air purifiers that also within India. We can also focus on PM 2.5 since PM 2.5 is the primary pollutant responsible for high health and has a high health implications. We can incorporate two HEPA filters which effectively filter out PM 2.5. So we can bring innovation in terms by bringing smart features at affordable cost. We can also incorporate smart app with live AQI data using both sensors as well as the local data for that specific area. We can also focus on customer base where air pollution concerns are high, but air purifiers are not yet popular. We can also focus on small and affordable models for crowded cities. So if you have any questions, please post it on the comments. Also any feedbacks, you can post it on comments. So thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.